Hey guys, it's Sandy here. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Sandy Knox and I live here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. I'm a fitness instructor, a personal trainer, and a fitness studio owner. My husband and I own Body Balance. And most recently, Canada's top trainer. So today's topic is on fibromyalgia. Let's see who's on with us so far. Jackie, welcome. So today's topic being on fibromyalgia, it was actually inspired by one of you who sent me a private message yesterday wanting some information on it. And I thought, you know what? Let's share it with everyone. So what I did was I went through some of my client files because I've been in the health and fitness industry. Those of you that don't know, I've been in the industry for over a decade now, and I've been helping clients with all kinds of diseases and illnesses and sicknesses, being, you know, diabetes and irritable bowel syndrome and fibromyalgia and recovering from cancer and just all kinds of things. So being that I've not personally experienced fibromyalgia pain, I have a ton of experience and knowledge and education in helping others deal with it. And the one main thing about me is I am an expert in a lot of different areas. However, I also network with an amazing team of people in my life. I have befriended GPs, chiropractors, we have a massage therapist here on site, physiotherapists, acupuncturists, you name it, I have them in my back pocket. And why? Because I'm a firm believer of giving my clients the most information, the most education, the most knowledge, the most power, and the most tools that I can bring together for them and sort of bridge that gap. Because I don't know if you've suffered from fibromyalgia, or maybe your mom or your dad or your sister or your brother or your neighbor, it can be really hard to navigate the health and fitness world if you're not in it, right? With the big words and, you know, do I take medication? What do I do? Who we got on with us? Oh, hey Marnie. We'll get back to Winnipeg and we can chat. Yes, that would be awesome. Okay, so what I did was I mentioned, I don't know if I'm cutting the top of my head off here, but whatever, I think you can see me. I'm just sitting at my desk here at Body Balance. I just finished with some morning clients. So what I did was I went through my client files last night and I pulled out the ones that were dealing with specific fibromyalgia, because I wanted to talk to you about A, what is it? B, what are the symptoms? Also, you know, what are the causes? Is there a cure? And, you know, what to do. So make sure you watch to the end of this so you can figure out what your, I guess, steps are moving forward if you're dealing with this. So first off, what is fibromyalgia? Well, it's chronic pain, musculoskeletal pain throughout your whole body. So if you can imagine living with just chronic pain, it's not acute, it's chronic, it's constant, and it can, from what my clients say, drive you crazy because it just never stops. Now, and what comes with that is fatigue, and a lot of it. And that's because you can't sleep because of pain. Who we got on here? Jackie. I have recently been diagnosed with it. Okay, wonderful. Not wonderful that you just got diagnosed. Well, A, sometimes we need to know what we're dealing with, because a lot of times the symptoms can be misleading into thinking that it's lupus and arthritis and all these other things. So great, Jackie, that you have had it diagnosed, and this will be great information for you. And then at the end, I'll have an answer of where you can go with this. Okay, so let's get back to the files, my client files, and I can talk about what some of their symptoms were. Headaches, TMJ, irritable bowel syndrome, Being tired all the time. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. Isn't that just a bag of fun to be taking it? Can you imagine trying to work with that? You know, going to work and dealing with, you have a headache and now you're running to the bathroom and you're tired and, you know, your head is hurting and you didn't get any sleep. That is just not good. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you about is why there's so much pain and what's happening. Well, what happens with this disease is it actually alters your brain's way of processing pain. Boy, I got this bright light on me. That's okay. So what happens is you just become so super sensitive to everything, everywhere. And some of my clients, I made some notes here, it was localized, like it would go in certain areas. And then other clients, it was just across the board, head to toe, I'm going nuts, help me. Okay, so let's talk about possible causes. No, it's not your fault. Okay, let's just get that off the table. And I'll give you the good news is I have an answer for you. The bad news is right now there's no cure. Okay, and as far as causes, doctors have some ideas of what could cause it, but they're not 100% sure. Okay, just so you know, there is a gray area. Who have we got on here? Teresa, yes, and Melinda. Hey, Melinda. Okay, so fibromyalgia. Let me look at my client notes here. Possible causes. Now, I'm going from my client notes because every client is different and their symptoms are different and their suspected causes were different. Okay, so for one person, it was a trauma. Okay, a physical trauma that they think caused it. That's when it all started. Someone else, it was a surgery. Okay, other people, they just think it's just they're so stressed out. All of a sudden, they just start getting pain constantly all the time. They didn't know, you know, what was happening. And then other people, other clients just said it was this gradual process. Like there was never really, okay, this triggered it. This is when it happened. No, it was a constant, gradual process for them. And then it just got worse and worse and worse. Okay, so doctors do think that it may be genetic. Okay, but again, like I said, there is no cure. And they don't know for sure what the cause is there, okay? Infection was another one that they thought may have caused it in some people. So, that being said, no cure. What do we do? Okay, so there are some treatments, and some of them have worked for some of my clients, and I do have a list here of what has worked for people, what stopped working. We still have people on here. Yay. Okay. So, the number one thing that people turn to, I think it's because it's the easiest option, it just makes the most sense, is medications. Okay, whether you're being prescribed by your doctor, whether it's over the counter, okay, that just seems to be the go-to because quite honestly, if you're in chronic pain, you just want it to stop. Right? So, and we're going to stop judgment here too on people that are taking medications. Let's stop the judgment, people, because until you walk in the shoes of the people dealing with that pain day in, day out. I was talking to a client yesterday, a new client, 4 years straight with this. Okay, so we can never judge people for how they're handling their disease. Okay, so let's just move on from that. What else people are doing? You know what? The most important thing is relax. I know in this world we live in, you know, how do you relax, right? But really, relaxing, de-stressing your life helps. Okay, so for any of you dealing with fibromyalgia or you know someone who is, do not add stress to their world, okay? And try and help them relax. Take them for a walk. Sit and have a little tea with them. I don't know, sit and go, meditate. There's my yoga background. Exercise. with my clients over the year, and as I mentioned before, I've been helping people for over a decade now deal with various diseases, and fibromyalgia being one of them, that I find every year I'm just getting more and more people either in my fitness classes coming for my one-on-one personal training, or I'm helping them online with various exercise programs and meal plans. I'm finding that more and more, unfortunately, the numbers are going up with this. So I'm in a position to help you or your friend or your family member. So exercise seems to be the most consistent thing that I've seen that's helped people. Exercise, and then making changes with the food is another big thing. Who we got on? Hey, Terry. Good to see you. Okay. Now, the exercise program that I have recommended to clients that have worked so well is a yoga and Pilates inspired program. And why it works is because there is modifications, because depending on whether or not you've just been diagnosed or whether or not you've been managing with your pain over the years, you want to have sort of levels, and this program has levels. There's somebody that's actually demonstrating the moves with a chair. So it's really important to have the right program that can help you alleviate this pain, this stress. And also what you want to avoid is excessive, high impact, jacked up exercise is not the best for anybody with fibromyalgia. Hi, Debbie. Thanks so much for joining. So that I do not recommend, and has not been successful for my clients that were trying things before they found me. And I said, let's slow things down, breathe, and let's move slower. Okay. So I do have this great program that has helped my clients. The other thing is dealing with your foods. And we talk about this so much in our world today, but let's avoid the obvious. Fast food. Hopefully you can see my eyes. I got this hat on today and sporting the pigtails. Avoid the fast foods. Avoid the greasy foods. Let's get rid of the obvious. The sugars and the empty carbs and all those things. Anti-inflammatory foods. And, let's keep it healthy, because you can have the exercise going for you, and that's great for you physically. But if you're still eating foods that are going to cause you headaches and inflammation in your body, you're going to end up on this wheel of, well, I'm doing this exercise, why aren't I seeing any results? Well, because I'm eating this thing that's just causing inflammation. Inflammation goes together in my body, and then you just you're doing one thing to solve it, but then you're causing it, and then you're solving it, and then you're causing it, and you end up on this wheel. And that's another reason why the programs and the meal plans and these daily shakes that I'm going to talk about, the reason why they all come together and work too is because I'm the core of it. Okay, I have the education to move you forward when you get past the program and you want to move into another area and you've graduated and you've moved forward, because this is not a life sentence. You can move forward from this. And any of you that know the type of trainer I am, I take people from walkers to canes. Okay. So this is not a life sentence. Who we got on here? Ashley. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in, by the way. Okay, so let's get to, we've talked about the exercise that I can help you with. I have a program for you, and also to help you out with the foods. Now, I talked about this shake that I take, and it's actually right here. Now, you're thinking, we're talking about fibromyalgia, and I'm talking about a shake for fibromyalgia, and I told you I don't have fibromyalgia, and you're thinking, well, why are you drinking that shake? Because it's actually a meal replacement shake that has all of your, and a lot of people these days are not getting the proper dosage of your vitamins, your minerals, and your nutrients just to get throughout your day, never mind if you're adding an exercise program. So many people are missing that. You know what I mean? And they're skipping breakfast. I have this. It's just a scoop in a blender with some coconut milk and a half a banana and a little bit of ice. And that is my breakfast. It's going to last me, I'm usually here at the studio, 3 hours. And I will tell you how it has helped me with a certain amount of pain. Because I'm a fitness instructor and a personal trainer, I move for a living and I teach for a living and I obviously exercise, let's hope so. But I had an injury almost 20 years ago, a horseback riding injury, where I actually shattered my fibula and cracked my tibia in my left leg. So I have a titanium plate and 5 screws in that left leg. I know, all of you are going, how did you go into martial arts and become a black belt? Anyways, it would be stiff, it would be sore at certain times of year with the weather change. It kind of will seize up and things like that. And I've been on this for 6 months and I have to say, it has made a huge difference. So even though I don't have fibromyalgia, there are so many superfoods in here that actually deal with pain and inflammation. And I'll go through that with you. Who we got on here? Gausia. Am I saying that right? Am I saying that Gausia, or is the G silent? I want to make sure I have that right. And comment below, guys, if you know anybody with fibromyalgia or you have questions, because this video was triggered by one of you yesterday sending me a private message saying, fibromyalgia, help, okay? So, I wanted to go through, because there is a bazillion ingredients in this shake that actually helps so many of my clients. I wanted to go over a couple of them specifically related to fibromyalgia pain and symptoms. So, there are some special fruits in here that have anti-inflammatory properties, which help to reduce that chronic pain that's happening throughout your whole body if you're having fibromyalgia pain. It is from head to toe for most of my clients, and I'm looking at my client files here to make sure that A, I stay on track and don't make an hour-long video, and B, to show you the differences in what they were dealing with. Okay, so some of the other ingredients is in here that will help with fibromyalgia is maca root is in there, and that helps to reduce fatigue, which is caused because you can't sleep, which is caused by inflammation from the fibromyalgia pain. So you see how it's just this wheel? Mandy, going to have to watch this one because my mom has it. Yes, let's help your mom out. Who we got? Congratulations, this is your most commented on live video yet. Okay, awesome. I am here to help, guys, and I got a couple of more ingredients I'll go through, and then I want you to post or send me a private message on what tomorrow's topic you want to be on the video. Okay, what else we got here? Naturally boosting serotonin levels. Yes, to reduce your symptoms. So there are ingredients in here to boost your serotonin levels. Let's feel good. Yes. What else? Oh, goji powder. I don't know if you've heard any of these ingredients, but I was aware of them because I am a sports nutrition specialist. I do have 10 certifications, yes, in fitness, in nutrition, and, you know, university educated, college educated, all these certifications. Plus, I told you I network with GPs, chiropractors, acupuncturists, massage therapists, which we have here on site, physiotherapists, and a whole slew of other people. So I'm really about helping everyone. What was that? Goji powder is an anti-inflammatory as well. So here's the thing. If you go and you spend your money on your medications, you know, either prescribed or over the counter, then you go and you buy all your vitamins and all your minerals in the little bottles, and then you go and buy the goji powder and the maca root and the ashwagandha and all the other ingredients that are in here. By the time you spend your thousands of dollars on all of that, and by all means, I'm not saying get off your meds. However, I'm looking at my client files here, and I have, and I'm not telling you a story here, some of my clients have been able to go off the medications that they were on for fibromyalgia because they were committed to the program that I gave to them, which was exercise, meal plan, and their daily shakes to help them out with their pain and their inflammation and their fatigue. Okay, so they stuck to the program and they followed it, and that's why they got changes. So for those of you that have already gone ahead and you've ordered some of the programs that we talked about in the past, you know, I know some of you are dealing with diabetes and irritable bowel syndrome and leaky gut syndrome, and some of you are dealing with fibromyalgia. And when you get your programs in, let me know as soon as possible so I can make sure that you get started on the right track. And, you know, you always have me as feedback. And so, guys, I want you to comment on if maybe you have some questions I can answer them later, or you can send me a private message. Don't ask me why I'm pointing. It's like my mailbox is over here. Send me a private message on, you know, some questions that you might have about this video today, or I'm going to be doing a video every day like this live on, and I'm either going to pick the subject that I think is useful for people, or you're going to choose the subject, which I think it would be better if you actually chose the subject, because then I know I'm helping people. So, hey, Sheldon, my other half, those of you that don't know, Sheldon, my other half, the other half of Body Balance. Okay, guys, this is, oh, I have to show you something before we go. Check out my pants. They're like lightning bolts. I know, because I'm always on fire, right? I've been struck by lightning. So, if you need help,